What if I told you that your old bathtub, rusty cans, broken teapots, or forgotten kitchen utensils are not junk, but hidden masterpieces waiting to come alive? You didn't click on this video by accident. No, it wasn't just your curiosity or random scrolling that brought you here. Perhaps the universe whispered through the algorithm, nudging you gently into this moment. Because somewhere deep inside, there's a longing to create, to heal, and to see beauty rise from what was once considered waste. In this video, you'll enter a world where water flows not through marble fountains, but through tin cans and bicycle wheels, where old colanders sing with splashes, and abandoned sinks cradle lotus blooms under golden sunlight. It's a place where creativity meets sustainability, and where the simplest objects take on new life. Maybe you've felt the weight of clutter, or perhaps you've wondered how to make your garden or small space feel more alive. Let this be your sign. These are not just garden decorations. They are stories, rebirths, a celebration of ingenuity and hope. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and join me on this journey. Because what you're about to see might not only transform your outdoor space, it might just transform the way you see the world. Welcome, dreamer. This is more than a video. It's a meeting of souls through creativity. One, creative backyard fountain fun. Transforming everyday discarded items into a vibrant garden feature. This DIY water fountain is a shining example of sustainable creativity. Set on a sunlit lawn and surrounded by blooming flowers, the setup showcases how recycled materials can be repurposed into something both functional and whimsical. The installation centers around colorful plastic tubs and buckets, all once single-use items. A large yellow barrel acts as a water reservoir, cleverly modified with a spout at the top and a cutout section from which water flows. It pours into a secondary yellow container filled with smooth stones and various plastic caps, adding not only texture but a splash of color and sound as water trickles through. Connected to this playful fountain is a bright, rainbow-colored plastic bin, repurposed as a mini aquatic garden. Floating inside are an assortment of plastic fish toys and decorations, inviting children to interact and explore water play safely. Potted flowers rest in the water's edge, blending natural beauty with the mechanical element of the fountain, emphasizing harmony between man-made and natural elements. The entire structure is not just a water feature, but an interactive sensory experience, ideal for children and nature lovers alike. It teaches the values of environmental responsibility, encourages hands-on learning, and beautifies outdoor spaces without requiring expensive resources. This garden fountain doesn't just reuse household waste, it reimagines it. With a bit of ingenuity and care, items that might otherwise end up in the landfill instead bring joy, education, and natural beauty to a home garden. A testament to creativity and sustainability, this project proves that even the simplest materials can make a magical impact. Two, recycled glass garden fountain. Amid lush greenery and colorful flower beds, a stunning garden fountain stands as a testament to sustainable creativity. Constructed from upcycled materials, this masterpiece transforms discarded glass bottles and broken tiles into a visually captivating water feature that enhances the natural beauty of the surrounding landscape. The fountain basin is bordered by an array of glass bottles in varying hues, greens, ambers, and blues, all placed upside down to form a symmetrical, decorative wall. These bottles, once considered waste, now serve both an aesthetic and structural purpose, giving the fountain a unique and shimmering boundary. Inside the basin, water dances from a central sculpture adorned with hand-laid mosaic tiles. The mirrored pieces reflect sunlight and water droplets, creating a dazzling play of light that animates the garden space. Two bubbling water spouts bring gentle motion and soothing sound, adding a serene ambience to the environment. The carefully arranged stones and artistic elements at the base of the fountain add texture and charm, blending natural and man-made components harmoniously. Beyond the fountain, other reused items like sculptural forms and artistic installations continue the theme of creative repurposing. Every element in the space suggests intention and care, proof that discarded objects can be reborn as beautiful, functional art. This garden fountain not only conserves materials but inspires sustainable thinking. It shows how a mindful approach to design can yield results that are as visually striking as they are environmentally responsible. By reimagining waste into wonder, the project turns a simple backyard into a living gallery of upcycled elegance and ingenuity. It is more than a decorative piece. It is a powerful reminder that beauty and sustainability can coexist effortlessly. Three, rustic shell fountain charm. In the heart of a serene garden lies a creative fusion of nature and reuse, where discarded household items are reborn as elegant features. At the center stands a unique three-tier fountain, meticulously adorned with an array of seashells, each one carefully arranged to create texture and charm. From small spirals to large scallop shells, the surface is a mosaic of ocean treasures, bringing coastal beauty to a woodland setting. Nearby, a vintage bathtub, once forgotten, has been transformed into a peaceful pond. Floating water plants and goldfish bring life to the tub, offering a miniature aquatic ecosystem nestled amid gravel paths and lush greenery. Small stones rest along the rim, emphasizing the harmonious balance between rustic utility and natural elegance. The garden itself enhances the fountain's charm, with winding pebble paths bordered by smooth rocks and driftwood logs that evoke a beachside atmosphere. Decorative elements such as shell sculptures and weathered wood art further unify the theme of repurposed beauty. This garden fountain installation demonstrates that used goods can become striking centerpieces when approached with imagination and care. The seashell-covered fountain not only delights the eye but also invites a tactile appreciation of its intricate surface. The bath pond complements the scene with motion and life, proving that even the most unexpected items can serve a new, beautiful purpose outdoors. It is a space where creativity blossoms alongside plants, where sustainability meets artistry. Rather than purchasing new decor, the project celebrates what can be made from the forgotten and the old. It's a haven for reflection and inspiration, where every element tells a story of reinvention and beauty drawn from simplicity. Four, cascading clay pot fountain. Nestled within a lush, tranquil garden, a charming fountain crafted from reused clay pots brings both movement and serenity to the landscape. This DIY water feature uses a creative stack of old terracotta pots, each one slightly tilted to allow water to cascade gracefully from one vessel to the next, forming a gentle stream that flows into a peaceful fish pond below. Surrounded by natural stone, blooming flowers, and thick greenery, the scene evokes a rustic yet enchanting atmosphere. The terracotta pots, once ordinary garden containers, are given new life and purpose through their clever arrangement and functional design. The subtle bubbling of water combined with the chirping of birds and rustling leaves enhances the sensory experience, making this spot a perfect retreat for relaxation or quiet reflection. The fish pond beneath the fountain adds vitality, with golden koi swimming elegantly through the clear water. The pond's edges are framed with moss-covered rocks, complementing the organic feel of the fountain while helping to blend it seamlessly into its surroundings. Wooden footbridges nearby add a fairy tale quality to the space, enhancing its aesthetic charm and usability. This garden fountain demonstrates how simple, used household items can be transformed into captivating outdoor art. With a few basic materials and thoughtful design, it's possible to create a feature that elevates the ambience of any garden while promoting sustainable practices. Rather than discarding worn-out pots, this approach celebrates their imperfections and history, turning them into a flowing sculpture that soothes the eyes and soul. It's an inspiring reminder that beauty often lies in the everyday, waiting to be rediscovered through creativity and care. Five, whimsical recycled garden fountain. In a garden bursting with life and color, creativity flourishes in the most unexpected ways. At the heart of this joyful space stands a striking fountain made entirely from old bicycle wheels. Stacked in a tiered formation, these metal rims, once destined for the scrapyard, are now transformed into a kinetic sculpture where water dances from wheel to wheel, sparkling in the sunlight and adding playful movement to the surroundings. The base of the fountain is made from a repurposed blue industrial drum, perfectly cradling the structure while symbolizing the fusion of function and art. Every wheel's spoke glimmers with a touch of water, proving that even rusted and worn items can breathe new life into a landscape when reimagined with care. Nearby, an upcycled fish pond edged with black rubber tires brings aquatic serenity to the vibrant scene. Goldfish swim among lily pads and blooming aquatic plants, creating a natural contrast to the mechanical elements of the fountain. The pond is as much a habitat as it is a work of art, reminding onlookers that sustainability and beauty can go hand in hand. The surrounding sculptures, colorful, whimsical figures crafted from ceramics and mixed media, enhance the fantasy-like atmosphere. They embody the spirit of joyful recycling, where each object, no matter how humble or broken, contributes to a greater aesthetic vision. This garden is not just a feast for the eyes. It's a celebration of reuse, imagination, and harmony with nature. It invites both children and adults to rediscover the magic of discarded objects and inspires a more creative, sustainable way to beautify our outdoor spaces. Through thoughtful design, even the forgotten becomes unforgettable. 6. Plastic bottle fountain beauty. Set in a cozy corner of a backyard, this unique water fountain is a brilliant example of how creativity can transform waste into wonder. Built entirely from reused plastic bottles of various sizes, the fountain takes the shape of a tiered cascade where water gently flows from the top bottle down through each layer, creating a soothing, rhythmic sound. The structure is ingeniously designed using large water jugs and smaller soda bottles, all carefully arranged in circular layers. Each bottle is securely fastened, with their caps still intact, and subtle modifications allow water to spout and flow from one container to the next. The clear blue tint of the bottles shimmers under sunlight, adding a refreshing, crystalline effect to the fountain. Surrounding the installation are lush potted plants, ferns, hostas, and flowering greenery, which enhance the natural ambience and frame the fountain beautifully. This contrast between vibrant foliage and recycled plastic creates a striking visual harmony that highlights both environmental mindfulness and artistic flair. The base of the fountain, a simple plastic basin, collects the water, completing the cycle in an efficient and sustainable loop. With minimal cost and maximum impact, this fountain proves that eco-friendly solutions don't have to sacrifice beauty. More than just decoration, this project sends a powerful message about the potential of everyday objects. With imagination and effort, even items as mundane as plastic bottles can become part of something inspiring and serene. It invites others to rethink what they throw away and to explore creative reuse in their own gardens. This fountain is not just a centerpiece. It's a celebration of sustainability, innovation, and the quiet elegance that springs from simplicity. 7. Vintage sink fountain delight. Amid a sun-dappled garden blooming with wildflowers, a charming fountain crafted from a repurposed ceramic sink stands gracefully atop a rustic tree stump. Once an ordinary fixture in a bathroom or kitchen, the old sink has been transformed into a gentle water feature that brings both whimsy and tranquility to the outdoor setting. The faucet, still intact and mounted proudly, now delivers a constant trickle of water into the basin below. The sound of flowing water creates a calming ambience, drawing in birds, bees, and anyone seeking a quiet moment in nature. This simple yet striking design turns what was once discarded into a functional piece of art, harmonizing effortlessly with the natural landscape around it. Small flowering plants nestle along the edge, placed on wooden supports that mimic natural rock ledges. The combination of metal, ceramic, wood, and greenery results in a balanced composition that speaks of thoughtful reuse and ecological creativity. The stump itself adds texture and elevation, lifting the fountain just enough to catch the light of the setting sun, casting warm reflections across the surface of the water. Surrounded by vibrant yellows and pinks, the fountain becomes a focal point of quiet beauty. It is a perfect example of how used household items can find new purpose in the garden, serving not only as decoration but as a meaningful contribution to the space's atmosphere. More than a fountain, it's a story of transformation, of finding elegance in the forgotten, and peace in the everyday. This delightful piece proves that even the humblest object can bring serenity, joy, and inspiration when reimagined with heart and care. 8. Bottles to backyard beauty. Amid a lush garden teeming with greenery and vibrant life, a remarkable water feature crafted from reused materials stands as a symbol of eco-friendly ingenuity. An old blue metal bucket forms the foundation of this cascading fountain, with colorful plastic bottles, green, red, and clear, arranged in a creative spiral atop it. Each bottle has been carefully repurposed to allow water to flow gracefully from their mouths, creating a mesmerizing cascade into the pond below. The fountain not only offers an artistic focal point, but also plays a practical role in sustaining the pond's environment. The gentle streams keep the water aerated, benefiting the striking koi fish swimming just beneath the surface. Their vivid orange, red, and white patterns shimmer in the sunlight, bringing energy and elegance to the tranquil space. Surrounded by ferns, blooming ground cover, and tall garden plants, the installation blends seamlessly into its natural surroundings. The simplicity of its design, everyday plastic bottles and a worn bucket, belies the charm and functionality it brings to the space. With no expensive materials or complicated tools, This fountain demonstrates that beauty can truly emerge from the ordinary. Each flowing bottle becomes a testament to the potential of reuse, inspiring a reimagining of waste as resource. Rather than discarding these items, they've been elevated into a living sculpture that delights the senses and nurtures the garden's ecosystem. This garden fountain is a celebration of creativity and sustainability, reminding us that small actions, like saving a plastic bottle, can ripple into something much greater when guided by thoughtful hands and a love for nature. It's not just a water feature, it's a vision of harmony and hope. Nine, Zen garden from reused elements. In a tranquil corner framed by bamboo fencing and soft greenery, a beautifully simple water feature brings harmony to this serene garden. Crafted using repurposed items, the fountain takes inspiration from traditional Japanese aesthetics, focusing on balance, stillness, and natural flow. At its core is a reused wooden barrel, polished and sealed to serve as a graceful water basin. Floating lily pads and small koi glide peacefully across the surface, enhancing the meditative atmosphere. Rising above the barrel, a bamboo spout channels a gentle stream of water, dropping rhythmically into the pond below. The soothing sound echoes softly through the space, offering a moment of mindfulness and retreat from the outside world. Constructed from leftover garden bamboo and salvaged wood, the spout is both elegant and eco-conscious. A traditional dipper rests gently at the edge, adding both visual charm and symbolic meaning, reminding us to pause, cleanse, and reflect. Stone pavers curve along a gravel path nearby, leading visitors toward the fountain and inviting them into the experience. The surrounding environment is simple, yet thoughtfully arranged. Tufts of grass, scattered rocks, and carefully placed plants provide texture and life without overwhelming the senses. This garden fountain proves that beauty and tranquility don't require expensive materials. With intention and creativity, common items can be reimagined into a peaceful sanctuary. The design reflects a philosophy of reuse and restraint, where nothing is wasted and everything serves a purpose, both functional and spiritual. More than just decor, this fountain becomes the soul of the garden. It transforms everyday elements into a timeless statement of grace, sustainability, and inner peace, a reminder that nature and design can exist in perfect harmony. 10. Tin Can Fountain Garden. Bursting with life and creativity, this vibrant garden showcases an extraordinary fountain built entirely from reused materials. At its heart, an old porcelain bathtub, once forgotten and worn, has been transformed into a whimsical water feature, now brimming with charm and ingenuity. Rising from the tub is a pyramid of colorful tin cans, stacked carefully to create a unique sculptural form. Each can serve as both a visual delight and a conduit for water, cascading down the structure in soft trickles. The fountain is surrounded by flourishing greenery and wild blooms, giving it the feel of a secret garden hidden in nature. Recycled elements blend seamlessly with the organic surroundings. Wooden stumps frame potted herbs, quirky ornaments made from found objects peek through the foliage, and gravel pathways guide the eye through every lovingly curated corner. The tin cans, once containers for everyday goods, have been thoroughly cleaned, brightly painted, and assembled with a sense of joy and purpose. Their varied colors, red, blue, silver, and white, add a playful contrast to the earthy tones of soil and plants. At the fountain's peak, a recycled water bottle discreetly feeds the flow, powered by a hidden pump that keeps the gentle rhythm of water alive. This garden fountain is more than a decorative piece. It is a celebration of sustainability, imagination, and the ability to find beauty in the discarded. Every element tells a story of renewal and care, proving that reused goods, when treated with creativity and respect, can form the centerpiece of a lush, living work of art. It inspires visitors not only to appreciate the beauty around them, but also to rethink what is possible with what they already have. 11. Colorful garden tire fountain. In a cheerful corner of the garden, surrounded by vibrant blooms and playful decor, stands a creative and eco-conscious fountain made from everyday discarded materials. The base of the fountain is an old car tire, skillfully repurposed into a compact pond that hosts lily pads and bright koi fish swimming gracefully beneath the surface. Rising from the center of the tire pond is a vertical sculpture composed of stacked metal teapots and kettles. Each vessel has been cleverly angled and modified to allow water to flow gently from one to the next, forming a soothing waterfall that trickles into the basin below. The sound of cascading water adds tranquility to the colorful surroundings, making this fountain a focal point of relaxation and charm. Nestled among a bed of vivid petunias in shades of magenta, yellow, and red, the fountain blends harmoniously with nature while celebrating human creativity. Nearby, two towering sunflowers beam proudly toward the sky, and a friendly garden gnome stands watch with a watering can in hand, bringing a sense of whimsy and personality to the space. This beautiful setup is a testament to the power of reuse. An old tire, once a symbol of waste, now frames a living aquatic display. Discarded kitchenware once bound for the landfill is reborn as a cascading water sculpture. Every element in the scene speaks of thoughtfulness and joy, from the careful selection of flowering plants to the balance of textures and colors. More than just a water feature, this fountain becomes a joyful expression of how sustainability and imagination can turn any garden into a sanctuary full of life, humor, and beauty. Cutlery fountain garden wonder. In a captivating blend of whimsy and eco-conscious design, this garden fountain stands as a testament to the creative reuse of everyday household items. At first glance, it mesmerizes with its shimmering cascade, but a closer look reveals its extraordinary construction: towers of old metal cutlery. Spoons, forks, and knives are artfully arranged and welded into vertical columns, turning once-forgotten utensils into sculptural elegance. The water flows gracefully from repurposed iron woks positioned at the base of each cutlery pillar. Acting as miniature reservoirs, these cooking vessels catch and redirect the water in smooth sheets, which pour into a central koi pond filled with vibrant, graceful fish. The ripples dance on the surface as the koi glide beneath, bringing vitality and serenity to the setting. Surrounded by mossy rocks, leafy plants, and a backdrop of kitchen windows, the fountain beautifully bridges the indoors and outdoors. It feels both rustic and modern, quirky yet deeply harmonious with its environment. The gleaming surfaces of the cutlery catch the light, adding sparkle and visual rhythm to the gentle sound of flowing water. This installation not only enhances the garden's aesthetic, but also serves as a brilliant example of sustainable living. By reimagining discarded kitchen tools and cookware, it transforms waste into wonder. It encourages viewers to see the artistic potential in the mundane and to embrace creativity as a way to both beautify and protect the planet. This fountain is not just an artistic piece. It's a story of transformation, proving that even the most unlikely materials can come together to create something remarkably serene, functional, and inspiring. A celebration of imagination, movement, and second chances. It turns a simple backyard into a haven of innovation and tranquility. (13) Colander Cascade Garden Feature. In the heart of a verdant garden, an inventive water feature quietly enchants visitors with its rustic simplicity and clever construction. This cascading fountain is made entirely from a stack of repurposed metal colanders. Once humble kitchen tools, now reborn as an elegant and functional piece of garden art. Arranged in a dynamic diagonal line, the colanders are tilted just enough to allow water to flow from one to the next. As water pours in from above, it spills gracefully through the perforated holes, creating a soft, shimmering curtain around the entire structure. The rhythmic flow and gentle splashes lend a soothing soundtrack to the garden, perfectly blending with the rustling of leaves and chirping birds. The stainless steel has weathered beautifully, catching glints of sunlight and reflecting the lush green surroundings. Each colander retains its unique patina and imperfections, telling a quiet story of reuse and transformation. Instead of being discarded, these kitchen essentials now serve a new purpose, bringing movement, sound, and visual intrigue to the natural landscape. Nestled among a backdrop of thriving hostas, ferns, and ground cover, the fountain feels both playful and serene. It invites closer inspection and admiration, sparking inspiration in anyone who sees it. More than just a decorative element, this piece showcases the potential of ordinary objects to be reimagined into extraordinary garden features. Sustainable, stylish, and serene, the Colander fountain is a celebration of creativity and mindful design. It reminds us that beauty doesn't have to come from brand new materials. Sometimes, the best garden treasures are already in our cupboards, just waiting to be rediscovered and repurposed with purpose and imagination. (14) Teapot Fountain Garden Charm. In a garden alive with color and blooming life, a delightfully whimsical fountain takes center stage, turning forgotten household items into a work of art. At the heart of this charming space sits a square pond, framed neatly with stacked wooden pallets. It provides a rustic and earthy base for a one-of-a-kind water feature made entirely from old teapots. The teapots, mismatched, weathered, and full of character, are stacked vertically in a playful tower. Water flows gracefully from their spouts, trickling down in gentle streams into the pond below. Each teapot, with its chipped glaze and vintage charm, tells a story of a past life, now repurposed into something magical and refreshing. Surrounding the pond, potted flowers spill over the edges. Vibrant petunias, geraniums, and marigolds infuse the space with color and fragrance. Their placement in upcycled containers, from metal buckets to ceramic kettles, reinforces the garden's celebration of reuse and resourcefulness. As the sun sets, the soft golden light reflects off the water and the ceramic teapots, casting a warm glow across the garden. The gentle sound of running water adds a sense of calm and tranquility, creating a perfect spot for rest and reflection. This garden fountain is more than just an eye-catching centerpiece. It is a symbol of sustainability, creativity, and the joy of transforming the old into something new. With imagination and care, these humble items have become part of a serene landscape that enchants visitors and inspires eco-conscious gardening. It's proof that beauty doesn't need to be bought. It can be built lovingly from the pieces we already have. "15. Tire and wool fountain garden." In a lively and colorful garden, creativity thrives in every corner, transforming discarded objects into delightful expressions of beauty and function. At its heart stands a striking water fountain made from old bicycle wheels, carefully mounted within a red-painted tire that serves as a sturdy and vibrant base. Water sprays upward from the center, trickling down the spokes and creating a mesmerizing dance of droplets that glisten in the sunlight. Just beside the fountain, a charming pond is bordered by twisted and layered black rubber tires, artfully arranged to frame a serene aquatic space filled with blooming lily pads and graceful goldfish. Additional pops of color come from blue, red, and yellow tire segments tucked along the edge, blending practical reuse with joyful design. The surrounding garden is bursting with flowering plants and lush greenery, many of which are planted in repurposed tires turned into flower beds. The fences are decorated with colorful tires too, doubling as plant displays and playful wall art. This cohesive use of recycled materials not only beautifies the landscape but also reduces waste in a fun and inspiring way. Every detail, from the fountain's upcycled bicycle wheels to the patchwork pond rim, reflects an inventive spirit. Even the smallest elements, like the decorative wire sculpture over the pond's mini spout, contribute to the garden's whimsical charm. This garden is more than a collection of reused goods. It's a living gallery of possibility. It shows how household waste can become a vibrant celebration of nature, color, and imagination. With a little vision and effort, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, reminding us that sustainability can be as joyful as it is responsible. This is a space where innovation blooms just as abundantly as the flowers. 16. Vintage fountain garden retreat. Tucked into a quiet garden corner, an extraordinary fountain captures the essence of nostalgic charm and sustainable creativity. At first glance, it resembles an art installation, an eclectic tower of mismatched lampshades, metal colanders, and lighting fixtures, all carefully arranged atop a classic stone basin. But with water trickling softly from the topmost fixture and flowing delicately between the pieces, it comes to life as a whimsical and functional fountain. Surrounding the fountain, an assortment of blooming flowers fills the space with vibrant color. Petunias, daisies, pansies, and marigolds burst from metal buckets, clay pots, and even an open vintage suitcase, each container repurposed with care and imagination. Nearby, rustic garden furniture, weathered wood frames, and forgotten household objects are arranged with intent, giving the area a rustic, storybook-like atmosphere. This space is more than just decorative. It's a celebration of reuse and reinvention. Where others see trash, this garden sees treasure. Every lamp base, drawer, chair, and container finds new life as a plant stand, water vessel, or sculptural element. The layering of textures and time-worn materials adds depth and authenticity, creating a space that feels both curated and comfortably aged. The fountain itself becomes a symbol of transformation, showing that even the most unexpected items can be turned into something magical. Its gentle water flow adds calm to the setting, drawing visitors into pause, observe, and breathe. Here, sustainability meets artistry. This garden retreat reminds us that beauty is everywhere, especially in the forgotten, the reused, and the reimagined. With a little vision, even the humblest pieces can come together to create a tranquil haven full of history, heart, and harmony. 17. Classical fountain with rustic charm. Surrounded by lush blooms and timeless elegance, this garden fountain becomes a centerpiece of tranquility and artistic repurposing. At the heart of the space, a classic two-tiered stone fountain gently releases water, its surface softened by moss and framed by a circle of graceful Greco-Roman statues. Each statue exudes poise and serenity, creating the impression of a living tableau frozen in time. What makes this garden scene especially unique is the presence of an old, rusted wheelbarrow, transformed from a humble tool into a whimsical aquatic planter. Filled with water, lilies, and floating ornaments, the wheelbarrow pond adds a playful and rustic touch that contrasts beautifully with the classical aesthetic surrounding it. Rather than discarding it, the weathered metal cart now serves as a functional and artistic element, embracing the spirit of renewal. The entire space is carefully framed with gravel paths and smooth river stones, leading visitors around a lush tapestry of colorful flowers. Pinks, purples, whites, and yellows bloom abundantly, echoing the natural vibrancy of the setting and enhancing the tranquil sound of the fountain's flowing water. This garden tells a story not only of beauty but of resourcefulness. By combining elegance with rustic reuse, it showcases how items from the past, statues, carts, and forgotten tools, can come together to create something both timeless and enchanting. The blend of the formal with the whimsical inspires visitors to look at old objects with new eyes and to find harmony between history, nature, and creativity in their own outdoor sanctuaries. It's a celebration of how art and utility can coexist, all rooted in the power of imagination and care. 18. Tropical bath fountain retreat. In a lush tropical garden brimming with greenery and color, a truly imaginative fountain installation emerges as the focal point. A gentle waterfall cascades down a rock face, feeding into a tranquil pond filled with lively koi fish. This serene aquatic feature is beautifully enhanced by the unexpected repurposing of everyday items, turning the scene into a haven of eco-friendly design. To the left, a striking vertical wall built from stacked, rust-toned tin cans rises high, its surface softened by cascading ferns and potted plants. The rhythm of repeated cans creates a bold texture, while the greenery adds vibrancy and softness. It's an artistic blend of structure and nature, simple industrial waste transformed into vertical beauty. At the center right, a classic clawfoot bathtub has been cleverly reimagined as a planter and part of the landscape. Overflowing with ornamental grasses and small shrubs, it nestles among the plants like a forgotten relic of comfort, now reborn in the wild. The juxtaposition of porcelain and forest vines gives the space a whimsical, fairy tale charm. Above, tree branches curve and twist, supporting hanging planters that add another layer of life to the scene. Beneath, the pond sparkles with movement as koi dart beneath the waterfall's gentle curtain. Stones line the edge of the pond, grounding the scene in natural harmony. This garden sanctuary is a vivid demonstration of how used goods, whether bathtubs, cans, or wood, can take on new life through creativity. It celebrates not only the reuse of materials, but also the imagination that turns waste into wonder. With every flowing drop and rustling leaf, the space whispers a message of peace, sustainability, and the joyful surprise of transformation. 19. Pots and barrels water feature. In the heart of a flourishing garden, a playful and innovative water fountain captures attention with its vibrant color and unconventional design. At its base, two bright blue industrial barrels serve as the anchors of the installation. Rising from each barrel is a sculptural column composed entirely of repurposed kitchen pots and pans. Aluminum saucepans, frying pans, and lids, all arranged into striking, abstract clusters. From these sculptural towers, water flows gently from the mouths of the pots, cascading into the barrels and surrounding pond below. The rhythmic trickling creates a soft, soothing soundtrack that brings peace and movement to the colorful garden environment. Surrounding the fountain, lush greenery and beds of pink, orange, and white flowers form a natural frame, softening the boldness of the metal and plastic. The pond that cradles the barrels is edged with stones and aquatic plants, adding a refreshing touch of wilderness to the imaginative scene. Each detail, from the carefully stacked cookware to the upcycled materials, reflects a celebration of resourcefulness and creativity. This fountain does more than provide beauty. It tells a story of transformation. Items once considered kitchen waste or garage clutter now stand proudly as a centerpiece of charm and sustainability. It's a reminder that with a little vision and care, the discarded can become delightful, and utility can merge with artistry. Set against the backdrop of cozy garden sheds and flowering vines, this installation redefines garden decor. It turns ordinary, worn objects into a bold expression of personality and environmental mindfulness. Fun, functional, and undeniably eye-catching, it proves that sustainability doesn't have to be subtle, it can be a spectacular garden statement. 20. Bottle cap fountain delight. In a quiet corner of a wooden patio, a small but imaginative garden fountain brings life and color to the space using nothing more than simple, repurposed household items. At the center of the design, a tall cylindrical column is entirely covered in colorful plastic bottle caps. Red, green, blue, white, and yellow, each one carefully placed to form a vibrant, mosaic-like surface. The playful arrangement of caps transforms trash into texture, giving the structure a joyful and eye-catching appeal. Water gently bubbles from the top of the column and spills down into a circular basin made from an old white laundry basket. Despite its humble origin, the basket holds a miniature aquatic ecosystem with surprising grace. Goldfish glide beneath the surface, surrounded by smooth pebbles, floating lily pads, and aquatic plants. A single blooming lotus adds a touch of serenity and elegance to the cheerful composition. This clever fountain demonstrates how even the most overlooked items, a laundry tub and discarded plastic lids, can become part of something beautiful and serene. It's not just a decorative piece, but a celebration of ingenuity, sustainability, and playful creativity. Positioned to catch the sunlight, the bottle caps shimmer and the moving water sparkles, creating a soothing ambience perfect for relaxation. The entire setup is compact and mobile, ideal for small patios, decks, or apartment balconies. With minimal materials and maximum creativity, this DIY fountain invites others to see value in the everyday. It shows how a little imagination can turn waste into wonder, making outdoor spaces more magical, mindful, and environmentally kind, one recycled cap at a time. 21. Tin can garden fountain. Nestled in a cozy, flower-filled garden, an inventive fountain stands proudly, created entirely from a collection of repurposed tin cans. Carefully stacked in a tiered pyramid, the cans form a solid and symmetrical structure, rising elegantly from a bed of small pebbles. At the top, a small spout sends water arching gently into the air, before it trickles down through the crevices and openings between the cans, producing a soft, calming sound. Each can, with its original labels faded by time, adds a rustic character to the piece. Their mismatched colors and prints only add to the fountain's charm, making it not just functional, but a nostalgic visual delight. This humble construction breathes new life into what would have otherwise been discarded, proving that artistry can emerge from even the simplest of materials. Beside the fountain sits a vintage clawfoot bathtub, repurposed as a thriving mini pond. Aquatic plants sprout from the water's surface, some in bloom, others reaching toward the sun, adding vibrant greenery to the scene. The old faucet remains as a decorative touch, blending history with new purpose. The surrounding garden, filled with pink hydrangeas, leafy shrubs, and a variety of flowers, frames the installation in lush color and texture. This entire setting exudes peace and creativity, a place where sustainability meets natural beauty. This garden fountain doesn't just beautify the space. It tells a story of reuse, of imagination, and of quiet elegance created not from expensive materials, but from the forgotten items of everyday life. It stands as a gentle reminder that with care and creativity, even the old and ordinary can become something truly beautiful. '22. Cutlery Fountain Garden Accent. In a cozy garden corner bursting with greenery, a unique and playful water fountain emerges as both an artistic centerpiece and a tribute to creative reuse. This imaginative structure is crafted entirely from old stainless steel cutlery, forks and spoons, arranged vertically into a sculptural column. The polished utensils shimmer as water trickles gently over their curved surfaces, catching the light and reflecting their surroundings with a silvery glow. At the base, the fountain sits within a large, black wok repurposed as a water basin. Its deep, rounded shape is perfectly suited to cradle the flowing water, while adding a rustic kitchen charm to the natural setting. The rhythmic sound of water splashing into the wok creates a calming ambience that soothes the senses and enlivens the atmosphere. Surrounding the fountain is a rich tapestry of tropical plants and trailing vines, their vibrant greens contrasting beautifully with the metallic fountain and the bright green wall behind it. On a simple white shelf, a row of colorful recycled pots filled with flowers and herbs adds a cheerful burst of color and personality to the space. The entire scene demonstrates how easily overlooked household items, like cutlery and cookware, can be transformed into something beautiful and meaningful. With imagination and a love for the environment, this compact installation becomes a functional sculpture, a statement of sustainability, and a source of delight. This garden fountain is a celebration of second chances, for objects and for creativity. It proves that beauty can be found in the everyday, and that even the most humble tools can play a part in crafting a space filled with life, movement, and purpose. A perfect blend of whimsy and tranquility, it turns waste into wonder. Sometimes, beauty doesn't come wrapped in perfection. Sometimes, it grows from rusted metal, broken tools, and plastic lids, guided only by the hands of someone who dares to dream. What you saw today wasn't just a collection of garden fountains. It was a love letter to the forgotten, the reused, the repurposed, A reminder that art can live anywhere, even in the most unexpected corners of your backyard. If your heart stirred even a little, if your mind began to imagine what you could do with that old pan, those empty bottles, or that stack of cans sitting in your garage, then this moment was meant for you. Maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe we were meant to meet here. You might think, it's just a video, but what if it's more? What if this is the seed of inspiration the universe wanted to plant in your heart? You see, sustainability isn't just about saving the planet. It's about reconnecting with creativity, with purpose, with the parts of us that still believe in wonder. Every bottle turned to a fountain, every bathtub made into a pond, is a testament to that belief. So go ahead, look around your home, your garden, your storage room. Let your hands get dirty and your soul feel light. Create not just with tools, but with love, and let nature fill in the rest. Thank you for watching. Thank you for feeling. And remember, beauty is not bought, it's built.